Well, hello everyone and welcome yourselves back into Going Medieval. I've already got my map set up and we're going to get stuck straight in. So we've got a few ideas on the build, I think. So I've got a bit of a layered build that I want to do, and it's going to be some super defensive position that we're going to go with. So all things pretty much default standard play here. The seed is down here, so 174 168 4032, and we're going to be playing on the hillside. Medium map. Now comes the absolute mega fun of creating the characters. Now, I'm just pretty much going to re-roll them myself until we kind of have something. I'm not going to go too deep into making them perfect because I think the fun in it is playing with what you get, you know? So I'm going to go with... I'm just going to check over some of the perks, and if they're rubbish, I'll kind of go from there. All right, here we are. So let's take a look. We've got the following group skills here, so we're pretty rubbish at medicine. It's okay. It is okay. We have Peronelle Baldry, the bookish herbalist, and her pseudonym is the Lucky of Lataglos by Fowie. She is a fleet-footed, iron-stomached, winsome lady that loves to do botany and animal handling. She also likes to talk a lot, but hates smithing. We've got Elviva Beck, who's a brutal soldier, but is the bride of Elthorpe, so she likes to tailor too. She is a brawler, she's vigorous, and she likes to drink on the job. So she's got 25 smithing, as you can see here, which is one of her favors here, and she likes to fight. So she's not amazing in them, but she's pretty okay. And then we've got Edward Cross, who loves construction. He's a very smart, tireless architect, and he's the heretic of Pegwin. Heretic, not heretic. He's gluttonous, though. He's a greedy sod. So that's what we're going with. So they're all restitutionists, but some more than others. So we've got Edward Cross is very religious, the other two not so much, and this is what we're going with. I haven't maxed out the points on some. The group creation points are at 510, so we're pretty much there, but we didn't try and put too much into each. I tried to level it out across the board. Here we are. Let's pause it up and get stuck in. First of all, we will take a look at the map, which will be pretty damn hilly. So we've got a bit of a raised lake over here, and we have a river that's very small going through, but I may build towards that actually, which is a good idea. Deer carcass right there. And yeah, we'll get started. The first thing is just to get the basics down though. I can see that we will be able to get down to the river. There's a nice amount of clay and stuff there to build on. Plenty of trees. I think food may look like it. Might be a bit tricky. Got a bit of mushroom patch and some to start with. Right, first of all, then we'll go into the management tab. And by the way, any point, guys, chuck your tips in. It's fine. I've played one playthrough before, and I am familiar with Colony Sims heavily from quite a few hundred of hours in Alien Dawn and RimWorld. So yeah, all good fun. We'll leave all apparel, all headgear at the moment, and we'll go through. I can't remember who's got what, so we'll decide on the weaponry based on this. So melee 11, melee 15, and you enjoy it, and melee 13. So who's the best marksman? 12, 10, and 7. I'm actually going to give it on the 10 though, because it learns it a little bit quicker. So we'll go ranged, 2 hand, 1 hand for now. That will do. I'll leave self-tend off and we'll go from there. Schedule, I will get work on the go from 8 until 8, and then the rest will be anything to let them do their thing. So they'll get 2 meals in. I'll probably adjust this at some point anyway. And then jobs, here's where the fun comes. Actually, the game does pretty well in prioritizing certain things that they like to do and deprioritizing others. But I think it's important to make sure, I think if you click at the top, it does all. Convalesce, you need to have pretty low. We'll have these 3 there. Urgent heal, we'll get that one done as well. And then we want to have someone who likes prison stuff if we capture someone. So we're going to be going with that kind of thing. Anyway, I love doing that in RimWorld as well. So that's what we'll go with. The rest we'll leave on 3 until it gets busy. So we'll allow everything in the immediate vicinity. And what is this on the floor? We have a bit of clay knocking about. We won't grab clay yet. Let's get our basic zones down. We'll get a default stockpile for everything. For now, I'm just looking at what we want to do food-wise. I think we'll get the cabbage seeds in for the first year. We got a couple of carcasses and stuff we can hunt, so I think we'll be okay. Let's just get a basic shack down. And I think I'll flatten this little section and we'll use this as like an upper pool. That's pretty cool. And then we can look at raising stuff later on. But for now, let's get the default stockpile nice and close to where we began. We'll get a dumping stockpile just a little bit further away. Let's just get dumping there. And then we'll start. So on this one, you've got to go through. And I remember some aren't fully grown. So I'm only going to cut down ones that are 50 or around 50, right? So we'll start with, let's say, 15, 40 will do. That many trees to start. We'll let that kind of go. And we'll make sure we turn on our stuff here. Now, I think the basic build will start right off the bat with these, just to get a little room with beds in. I think I'll get a eating room over this way as well. Let's go here. I'm going to get everything up just to get us going from the start. So we'll build a really basic, rubbish little shack to get us going. This will be the basic bedroom. For now, no window, not needed, and a really basic thatched roof. So just trying to get familiar with the game again. There we go. And they should be able to smash this in pretty quickly. We've got a good builder and stuff. We've got that prioritized. So as soon as they have the wood. What I will do actually is make sure cut. Does trees come under cut plants? Yes, it does. Okay. You're our botanist, so let's get you focusing on that first. It goes left to right, by the way, as well. So we'll have someone permanently cutting as well. And then that will mean I can get my hay sleeping spots straight in. Followed by a research bench. But I'm going to build a second room for the research bench as well. So I don't want them disturbing when they sleep. So let's get another one just over here. As like a general living space. I will be building pretty quickly early on just to get stuff in. So this is going to be main like communal little build here. I'm going to need to grab a bit of hay for the beds as well. We do start with 2 goats too. And what other animal did we get? Have a look. Domesticated. We got ourselves a cat. Let's, the cat belongs to Edward. Yeah. You have the cat. I'm not going to mess with like the food management and stuff on these guys yet. I do want to make sure we get these up to start with though. And then let's focus. There's the shared chambers. Let's focus someone on getting the hauling done. So I'm going to change hauling to 2. So when they're not doing these bits, we get this stockpile full. We'll get a little room going. Storage room, not so much yet, because I think I'll do the usual of digging underground. I am going to allow these carcasses. There's also a carcass over here. So we'll need to get a butchery table on the go. And it looks like we have some mushrooms and stuff lying about as well if we need it. But yeah, I'm going to get all the basics in to get us going. Which is going to be a table, a couple of wicker stools, and nice restitutionalist shrine. So yeah, it'll be very basic to get us going to start, I think. So we've got a butchering table. I'll have to move that at some point because I think it works better under a roof. But we do officially have... I just pop that up. You can see our first little thing. It's cool how you can change them too. I love that about this game. There we go. Second one going in as well. I'll turn the roof bit off so we can kind of just look about. And then we'll want our research table going in. So quite a lot to get going to start with. Basic research table though. That means we can unlock the farming. And then we'll look to where our first bit of defense stuff will be. I'm thinking up here somewhere. They will destroy our stuff. So we want maybe a stairway coming up to here. And we're getting our stuff in now. We have hay. I am going to be harvesting just a little bit of it as it comes across because we can use that to feed the animals with a trough as well. And there's our dumping ground. So I'll let those guys kind of smash through getting this done on day 1. All right. So we'll get a little wicker gate in. Let's get our fence going. Just going to put the goats inside, I think. I think that's sensible. Change that. I remember now the corner pieces. Got to just change them afterwards. Let's just go to here for now. That will do. And then what you do on these edge pieces is you go like that and then rotate them. Love the building in this game. I actually forgot all about it. It's so good. There we go. We have the zone there. And what we can do is make that a little animal pen afterwards. If I just remember how to do it. Prison cell marker, pen marker. There it is. We'll get that inside, just in the corner. And we've unlocked the research panel. So what I'm going to do is go into the production. We're going to go Chronicles, and we're going to go until you have. So to start, we will have... Actually, I think 20 is good, because the early researches, that's all they cost. And we'll go in, we'll grab architecture, which allows us a wooden beam. And then we'll go agriculture with the other 10 as well. And that unlocks farming. And then the next, you need a good amount of books as well. So research 2, infirmary bed, tailoring, which is something I want to grab early. But they all require a certain amount of books. And we will need bookshelves for them. Now, what we do with the bookshelves, I don't know yet. I need to come up with how I'm going to build this. But I do want to mine this section out for sure quite early on. I don't want to overwhelm the workers early on either. So I'm going to just allow them to do their thing. Hello, Summer. It's a cute name. There we go. Look, the 2 buildings are done. Hopefully we can get all of this sorted to make sure happiness is good. Should we check on in? So we'll click through our villages here just to kind of see how they're looking. We'll go into the mood tab here. All is looking okay. They've all got their weapons and stuff, so I'm okay with that. If we get the religious activities in, that will make these guys happy, and then we'll allow them to kind of eat, hopefully at the table. But research books are already coming in, so I'm hoping to get those in. Shall we go? I don't know how many we want to go to, actually. We'll have to make a bit of a library room as well. No windows or anything either. It's probably a good idea to go and get some of those too. But there we go. The shrine is in, and so is the fire. So inside the fire, we can choose to create meals. So we can say until we have 6, and we can choose what goes in there. So it requires 24 cooking materials, and those cooking materials are any of these that you see here. So I think, where do we want to get here? I think certain things like pickled vegetables we can eat anyway, but for the time being, I think I'll take barley off there. We'll leave the rest. So if we can get milk from our goats, that'd be fantastic. And we're also going to need a trough, aren't we? So let's go ahead and get a trough in over here. Right there, and then we'll get the goats inside of it. As soon as he's done that, Edward, construction failed. What is your level here? 22. Why are you failing, you loser? Oh, we have an iron node right by us too. And then the butchery table is ready, so we can go ahead and until we can just do forever. So we'll slow down on the hunting. We'll make sure we get the meat. At the moment, we've got 2 carcasses, so we'll allow those to kind of happen. And we'll let this kind of go and just get them leveled up, really. There's one thing I haven't done on this game, and that is play the solo as a solo as well. And just whilst I chat rubbish, I'm just looking at trees that we can chop. They're pretty full here, though. And we're going to need to look at some kind of storage. But once the basic buildings are up, I will look at mining. So we can get something set up. But yeah, we're just going to need something as a defensive platform early on too. So let's come in and have a look. I think we're going to utilize this section. Oh, is that okay? We've got the backdrop, haven't we? We need it to cover this area. So if they do decide to come at us, yeah, let's get stairs in right there. I don't think there's another way up. Oh, okay, there's a little ramp there, but that's fine. So we can have our melee here, and then the other ones kind of up the top here. So Archer will probably go to the very top. Can I put a ladder on that? I can. So I'm going to do that then. We'll get a ladder up in there and just stairs to get right up. We'll sit the Archer right on the top here. Just utilize this as our defensive position early on. And there we have it. I think this might need to go into the bedroom, but they're all looking pretty happy. We have 29 chronicles already. Okay, yeah. Got to remember they're allocated. We have 4 available. Something I need to remember. What's this? Reinforced door, wooden traps. Cool. Yeah, and what we can do is kind of set up just a really basic shooting platform up here. Now, something I could do, to be fair, is a bit of a walkway. So I could block this off. This is actually pretty sensible. We have a good bit of clay around, don't we? Let's go ahead and do this. So just ignore me for the beginning, right? I will, or it will make sense, right? We'll get that clay for this. And then all I'm going to do is set the walkway to there. So they can't get in through this ramp is my thinking. And we can walk along this platform and shoot down on the suckers if we need to. We can just have one melee person sat here. So we'll be crafting up weaponry nice and early. Where is that? Blacksmithing. And there's the sewing station. I'm just thinking, actually, what do we want to get first? Preserving food. In the winter, it's not going to be a problem. We can forage and hunt for the remainder of the spring and stuff at the moment into summer. So we should be fine. It's just when we start getting into autumn and winter that we will need to consider some things. But yeah, let's go ahead and get our next thing is a bit of a cabbage field. So we've got good fertility. I think we'll... That's the fighting. We don't want it to go too far. Let's keep them all nice and close together for now. Let's get a 30 field there. We've got to start with 35 seeds. And then we've got birch and kind of saplings in. So how many birch have we got? I'll try and just replant the forests and stuff as we go. Kind of as we cut them down, I'll just put rows in. I think that's probably sensible. Whatever, that'll do for now. We'll just block them in. So when we've got the seeds, they kind of chuck them down. Yeah, there it is. Production speed 80% with it being outside. That's how I remember now. Okay, so what we'll do is let's go into the jobs and let's look at who's going to do this stuff. So we've got in nice and quick. So does that taming, training, slaughtering, roping, releasing, harvesting. Okay, animal husbandry. Butchering table. There we go. So who is our dedicated cook? Culinary 10. So we're going to have you on cooking first class. I'm actually going to reduce that one more. I know that you're researching, but we also have you researching, so we're happy with that. And let's also go... Yeah, you're supposed to be doing this stuff, aren't you? What I'll do is change alchemy. I'm actually going to turn smithing off completely for you, or just leave it. And then, yeah, animal husbandry, we'll leave on a 2 there. Let's go with that so we can get the butchering done. And it does mean our goats can be looked after. But there you go. They've got their hay inlet. Looking good. Hey there. Right, we're just out of clay for that one piece. So defensive zone. Let's just slow down 1 second here. Can we get up to this clay? Or is there any... Oh, there's some here. So let's go ahead and allow these. Oh, quite a bit as well. And there we go. Our first bit of crops coming in also. So we're looking good on... We've got plenty of resource here. Food. We've got some cabbage. We've got a little bit of packaged meals. We've got some meat now that's happened. We got stew. Simple healing kits. We've got a little bit of ale. Some linen cloth. So all across the board looking quite good. Okay, let's stop for a moment and check in on people's moods. Everything's looking good with the initial optimism with Edward. Elviva's looking good, and Perenelle is looking fantastic as well. Slightly hungry, but you'll be okay. We've got a lot to go on with here. Don't know if I want this on forever. I guess we keep it on forever and just make sure we only hunt a small amount, and then she should go back to doing other stuff. We just need to make sure the bones and stuff get taken away. And maybe a food stockpile. So I think it's probably sensible that we go ahead and mine underground pretty early on. Just trying to think. So thermal properties of clay. Let me just check this. Thermal insulation is better. Stone is the best, isn't it? But I think we can make our underground little kitchen area or storage pantry kind of area out of something else. So we just need to kind of look. That is an incredible iron deposit. There's also a lot of limestone and silver over here. Wow. Very lucky. Oh my word. Look at this. Look at all this. Clay, salt. Okay, we're in for some fun over here. So we have... Oh, there's coal over there too. Some silver there. What's this around here? Gold? Okay. That waterfall looks gorgeous, by the way. Yeah, we got a pretty rich background here too, which is nice. So we can dig up clay. We could do it in clay, or we can go down the other stuff here. I think we'll stick to clay then. Let's go on ahead and get some of this digging done. If I remember correctly, you got to be careful with how you do it because they fall down the gaps too. Right, I think in the middle of the day, I might change these to anything actually instead of working. So they will just work based on that. But if they're unhappy, they'll go ahead and do other stuff. And then what we'll do is make sure they go to sleep by 10 o'clock. Let's try that out. And then we're going to whiz through and hope all of this is in. So cabbage is officially, well, pretty much done. I'm not going to fence that off yet. That should be fine. And then what we'll do is go S. I'm actually going to change this to only house our goats, sheep, and cattle for now. And we can definitely don't want the aggressive ones in. And I know you can use the dogs and stuff to haul for you, which are great when you can get them. It's just we kind of need to find them. But yeah, we'll keep a close eye on foods as we go along. And I'm still not too concerned because we've got all this here as well. All right, let's check in who is doing the mining around here. So, which one does it come under? Okay, here it is. So, Mr. Elviva, you are going to do some mining for us. So let's get you on a 2 for that. We're going to start digging out this first, and then what we're going to do is try and practice or prepare for our kind of kitchen area. I'm trying to think. So they eat over here, butchery tables over here. If we want to be sensible, it would make sense to have the pantry kind of coming down here for now. Let's go ahead. Or do we do it underneath? No, I'm going to do it separate for now. I'm going to keep everything separate until we do the big build, so we've got the room for it. There's going to be a lot of deconstructing later on when we've got the people to do so. So what we'll need is a bit of a zone to do that. Let's go with this. We'll need some structural integrity in there as well. So let's make sure we grab the beams. These look quite nice anyway when they're in. So I don't like not having them. Okay, mining is happening. Okay, mining resource mangled. Elviva, come on. You're okay. Let's get it done. I'd rather you not mine this, really. There we go. Grab that clay then. We'll allow this one too. Yeah, we can start building this. So I think there's enough there for us to get that going. But eventually we're just going to dig out. Dig out, wall it off, kind of go down from there. We shall see how she behaves anyway. There we go. The digging is happening in the dirt and looking nice. We did change the decoration slightly, as you can see here as well. And what you can do on the roof pieces is you can kind of just come in. You can change everything about them. I love it. One thing I do absolutely adore about this game, it has got a lot of possibilities with it. It's kind of weird making a thatch roof have those though. So early on I like to just keep it wood. It's fitting with how we're kind of doing stuff, isn't it? And there we go. Digging is beginning. So as soon as this piece is taken here, I can then put the stairs in. I think it's that one anyway. I do want it there really though, so hopefully they dig those ones out. They do behave weird when they dig though, so you've got to be really careful. Like, I'm going to cancel these. The reason I'm going to cancel them, we need to remove that tall grass. I'm going to cancel these because she'll get stuck. We want us to dig these. Those are fine. We'll get the other ones afterwards. And once she has stairs there, we can go ahead and continue to dig like crazy anyway. And the dirt piles we'll use later to terraform our kind of setup as well. I may even build around this, so this can come up here. I'm thinking about having a bit of a high platform there, start of some kind of castle spire or something. We'll see. Let's have a look at what we can do at the moment whilst we wait for the research then. We have 13 at the moment, so we're almost into the next. We get backgammon table. They're pretty happy though, so we don't need to worry too much. And then merchant store we could use for selling as well. A lot of the crafting and stuff, there's not a lot we can do at the moment. Other than if we wanted to, we could get a couple of stick traps along here. So if someone decides to push up to us, we can fight them. But I think the first one will be fine. There is a rat carcass over there. I think our cat may have got that. Not worth the hassle, I don't think. But there we go. Digging. Coming along nicely. One more to go, and then I can go ahead and get the pantry started. I'll probably go down 2 layers, but we'll have to layer the floor in the clay that we do first as well. I'm just toggling this group resources in resource panel because I quite like looking at it like this so I can see my meals and stuff. It just seems a little bit better for me. And then just those. I don't care too much about the others. Just cabbage seed. That's fine. And then we'll find out somewhere for the books afterwards. That is in though, so we can go ahead and get our stairs. Pretty much prepping for the summer to keep the food good. So we'll go with that for now. And then the next one down, we'll dig one at a time and then fill it in with clay and then go like that pretty much. I reckon I could probably get away with mining these though, as they're accessible. So we'll do one strip at a time. There you go. Peronel is getting cracking on with that. They're so happy right now. I'm very happy with what I've got here at the moment. Construction's an 8. We'll see how much we get. It goes up nice and slow, but yeah, it does help. And mining here. So I think the mining skill is its speed in which they do it, and they don't mangle the resource either. So that's a 20 as well, which is good. There we go. We got the stairs going in. I do adore the game. It is beautiful, isn't it? It's so peaceful. Until I get attacked. Now, we obviously have the ability to fish should we require as well, but I am once again going to hold fire on that. I don't think it's necessary. At least for now, anyway. And then once we've got this set up, I can segment a separate butcher section out. I can then move the carcasses down into there. So this one, for example, in all fairness, should get rid of waste. I should get rid of carcass, and then we'll put carcasses on the one downstairs. Same with food, so we'll untick food eventually as well. But the digging is going well. So I'm just going to do the first layer. I think I'm going to go a little bit further, actually. So let's try this. Right, I think... So we've got enough now to grab in the first stuff. If we want them, there's the wall bookshelves and stuff. If we want to get those in, and the weapon racks. But I don't think I want to spend the points on that just yet. Fermenting, not too bothered about either. Bookkeeping we can't do without research 2. So it's either that or we go straight into research 2. I think tailoring is a sensible choice. Because that would allow us to start making stuff. Even if we want to start selling them too. And there's the dirt actually in terraforming as well. No. Clay brick making. That's what we want to build out of down there. Yeah, we'll go into clay brick. I think it's sturdier than just clay, isn't it? So what's the hit points? 300 on a clay wall, 350 on a wooden wall. So this clay wall is actually weak. Yes, that was it. You need to make bricks. Gotcha. It's fine. We can dismantle that afterwards. I see it. Wooden weaponry is down here as well, which is another 20. That's fine. So we'll go clay brick making. And then wooden weaponry, I think. So early on, I think archers are super powerful, aren't they? Especially if we can get the height. And things like walling settlement in won't be necessary yet either. Yeah, what we'll do is dig this ready, but we won't go any further then because it's going to require... I'll get basically this strip here. Then maybe those there. We're actually losing out on our bit of grass here, but that's okay. So that'll be the start of it. And there it is. Clay brick making. Let's go ahead and unlock that bad boy. And let's pause it a second and go ahead and get the kiln done. So the kiln itself, let's get it by the stockpile. And we will be probably required... Okay, we want... They will shoot this. So let's get it over here. So what we'll do is get one right there. And he's already on it. Lovely stuff. Okay, so clay bricks and coal. We got coal everywhere anyway, so you don't need to worry about that one. But we will need some... Does this require 10 fuel? Which is... Okay, we're going to go till we have... I don't know, 50. That works. It is raining. Maybe it's time to mine a bit of that coal so we can use it in the kiln. Yeah, I'll do that. Is there any closer? Oh, there's some right there. Go ahead and mine some of this. And that should give us a good amount of fuel to get going with as well. And we can consider expanding that far as well. We don't mind the underground bit being pretty big. Because it will maybe have an underground cellar too for the prisoners. I don't know. All right, let me check out which one is required for this, for the clay stuff. It's got to be crafting, right? Yep. Okay, who's the main crafter? Okay, crafting, non-skilled work. Edward, my friend, you are going to go ahead and do that when you're not constructing. You're going to go ahead and do that type of thing. So he should stop the research after that book and crack on with that one for me. There it is. Get those sticks in there. We should have some coal in a minute. And there we go. We can start on the bricks. Maybe we need to strip this down then. Yeah, I'm going to strip this down. If anything, we can just put wood there. And that does give us a bit of the... It gives us a little bit of the clay back, doesn't it? So wood will do for now, I think. Makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm fine with that. So the start of this has gone down. And then that does mean we should have a different variant once the bricks are done. I'm not sure if we need to wait for the next... one or whether it will show once you have the ingredient. I can't quite remember, but we have a good amount of coal now as well, so let's get a bit of a default stockpile. Let's expand this one. We just click the stockpile. There it is, expand zone. Let's get that made a bit bigger so we actually have a place to store them. All right, we're just going to slow it down, and that is going to be where we end out this very first one. So as always, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. If you aren't subscribed, please do. It's a massive, massive help. I really appreciate you. As I said before, if there are any little tips that you think I should know, just some basic ones, then do ping them down in the comments below, and a little thumbs up is very helpful. As always, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll catch you in the next one.